Hi, I'm Ryan Polries, CEO and founder of Money Act. What I'm going to talk about today is part of the masterclass course that I've put together, and it's the very beginning. In the very beginning, I teach why it is important to understand what it is you want. And I go through a whole list of screenwriting techniques that allow people to treat themselves as a character in their own movie. You just have to pull out what it is that you want from yourself. What you can't get to somewhere, to some goal, if you don't even know what that is. And I'm going to go backwards in time for myself, where I went to film school to be a writer, actor, director, one of those three. That's what I wanted. And I ended up getting none of those. I ended up in visual effects. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. So I went on this almost 25-year journey of working my way up the visual effects industry, kind of as a producer, which I didn't really want to be. I'm more of a creative person. I was always into drawing. I always made my own films when I was younger with my parents' video camera. Me and my best friend would make ninja movies in the backyard, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. And so I've been constantly fighting this battle in my mind because I didn't know what it was that I wanted. And ultimately, going through these steps of finding out what exactly it is that I want landed me here, where I'm able to combine all of these skill sets that I have into what it is that I want. And now I get to act in these little skits that takes me back to when I was a kid doing ninja movies in the backyard. And I get to write and direct these with my son. It's like a family event. My son does the editing and does some of the visual effects, all in Final Cut Pro. So it's kind of like we're getting to do all that fun stuff that I've always wanted to do. And it's now my own business. And the whole point of that is that wherever you are, you're right where you're supposed to be. And I know that's very ethereal and maybe mystical to some people, but that's my belief. I think we're right where we're supposed to be. We go through these heavy ordeals in our lives, which I just recently went through one, or have been going through. And I always know there's a purpose behind it because of the previous times I've gone through things. I ultimately found out, the reason I did that, the reason I went through that was because of X, Y, and Z. And it's the same for what I just explained in my career. So I wanted to, let's say you finally know exactly what it is you want, you mark it all down, now you have a goal. Now comes the hard part of how to get there, because that's where you have to take action, but take action in the right way, because you have to also understand yourself. And that's something I didn't do for a really long time, was really look at myself. I would always see, like, even in the real world at MTV, you see these young people, I'm out discovering who I am. And I always thought that was just so stupid. Of course, you know who you are. But I never did. I never really took the time to think about who I am and really dig deep. And so I think you do have to go through that process of finding out who it is you are, what your skill sets are, what your deficiencies are. And if something that you want down the road, that goal, requires something that you have a deficiency in, you either have to make up for that in studying or figuring out how to get that skill set, or you hire somebody who is, or maybe a partner. Let's say it's a business you're trying to do and you have a deficiency in something. Maybe you've never led people before and you need to have somebody who's a good leader to people, but you don't have that skill set. Well, now you partner with somebody who does and who wants the same thing that you do. So you make up the deficiency they have and they make up the deficiency you have. Again, that's just a very small portion of the course that I put together that's inside my Money Act community, which you can find at moneyactor.com. And basically the idea of that is where you will learn about money. You will go through a 3-act structure, and again, a very small part of that is finding out what it is you want. And once you come out of that, or even during it, you're sharing ideas with fellow community members. And it's super powerful because I just show everybody, here's what I've learned, here's what I do, and here's what worked for me. As a guide, as like a foundation for you to go, I like that, don't like that, I'm going to try this like he did, but I'm also going to research another way to do this and then share that with the community. And by doing that, the community gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Anyway, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and join me on the moneyactor.com webpage in our community. Thanks so much.